Hi, I'm Gina, and if you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. If you've been watching and joining me, well, thanks for being here. As fall is happening in the state where I live in New York, where I live and where I have my renovation and my new garage conversion, I splendor at the colors every day, driving back and forth to work on my projects. It's just amazing how beautiful it's becoming more and more every day. I just wanted to take a moment and share a few clips so you also can enjoy it from wherever you are. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the notification button, make a comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear where you're from, and I really do appreciate you joining me. This week, I'm putting up the plastic vapor barrier over the insulation that we put up just a few days ago. There's still a lot to be done, but I've making great strides every day and each time I go over there. Next week I'll be putting down the floors, and after that the ceilings and the walls, and we'll be bringing in the appliances and finishing up all the little odds and ends. It's really great to be able to catalog this process at this juncture in my life. I think about 5 years ago, if somebody would have said I'd be living in New York, I would have told them no way. And also, if somebody would have said, would you be living in New York and then moving to Portugal and Italy, I would have said, I'd love to, but I have no idea how to do that. So that's what this process is about. To sell my historic renovation, create a little house outside of Corning, New York, to put all my belongings, and apply for residency in Portugal. This way, it gives me the ability to stay in Europe as long as I want, and I'll be traveling to all 3 countries, Portugal, Italy, and back here to New York to my little garage conversion. So stay tuned and watch this process unfold and this project as it grows. And as soon as we finish up around mid-December, we're going to be headed to Portugal. So I'd love if you came along because I'm really excited about that. I've got an RV on November 5th that is headed from the UK on a ferry to Spain, and it's going to be driven down to my property in Portugal. So we'll be able to set that up before I arrive in December. And when I arrive in December, we'll be doing a lot of exciting things on my property there in Portugal. Back in February, I found a piece of land with a river on it and 100 olive trees about 3/4 of a mile from a lovely village in central Portugal, where I've wanted to move for a few years. And I'm applying for my residency, so then that way, once I do that, I don't have to come back unless I want to. So we'll be doing a lot of really fun things. I'm not going for very long this time until I apply for my residency, but we'll be setting up the caravan, putting in a little septic system, a little bit of solar, a platform for the tent that connects to the RV, and hooking up a water system, which basically will take water from the river to fill up a tank so I can have all of my utilities while I work on the property and get permission to build my small home in Portugal. So stay tuned. There's a lot going on, and you just never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. Stay tuned at the end because I'm going to be having Brad from the town of Corning come and look at my insulation to give me the go-ahead, we hope, to be able to put the plastic up. And after that, we'll have to do the air blow test in a week. So I'm putting up the plastic, and we're going to seal up this little building to get my certificate of occupancy. A lot of work, but we've got a lot of really fun things coming down the way. So hang in there, follow, make a comment, be supportive, and be gentle when you make your comments, because I know there's 100 different ways of doing some of these projects, and we're doing the best we can, as we always do. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon. Well, good morning. When I got here this morning, I really didn't know how to start, but I decided to have a seamless floor to ceiling piece. So then I'm going to tape all of the edges and everywhere where there's staples. This building has to be sealed so I can pass this air test in order to get my certificate of occupancy. So that's why I didn't do anything until I actually started. Good morning and welcome to my world of plastic and insulation. Today I am obviously putting plastic on all of the building, the ceilings, the walls, and the floor. And then when I'm finished today, I will tape up every seam. I will tape up every place where there's a line of staples on the framed areas so no air can escape. The point is to get my certificate of occupancy. In order to do that, I have to pass an air test. The air test makes sure that there's no leaks. There won't possibly be any leaks because I have insulated and spray foamed every single thing that could possibly leak air. It's just not possible. So after putting up this vapor barrier on the floor, I did a seamless connection from the floor to the walls, across the ceiling, and then down. And anything else will be taped. I can't imagine that it's not going to pass. So I'm going to put in the floor before I have the floor and the ceilings before I have them do the blow test. Because when we put up the ceilings, which this will be OSB. Well, my camera cut me off because my phone was full. So what I was saying is this part of the ceiling is going to be OSB. The other vaulted ceiling in front of me is going to be Luan because I love the way that Luan wood looks. So after the ceiling is up, I will go ahead and caulk around the ceiling and all of the places where everything connects. So there really should not be any place where air could escape. My floor will be sealed because it'll be over top of the plastic, which is over top of the cement, which is dry as a bone. There's no moisture in the cement whatsoever. And the click together floor, because I didn't get tile because the floor is not flat and tile would crack. It's just not possible. So I needed something that was a little flexible. It has rubber underneath the tiles themselves and they click together. And I'm going to put ram board over top of my entire floor and tape it at the edges where the walls are going to go up. The walls are going to have to be the very last thing because my walls are metal and they're going to go this way and they need to go on top of the ceiling and on top of the floor. And there's just a lot more to do before we do that. And honestly, until I get that certificate of occupancy and I pass that air test, I don't want to put my walls up yet. Plus, we also still have to do a few things with the electric and we have to put in some fans and some vents and finish everything up. And so we really can't put the walls up yet until everything is installed. So one step at a time. It's been a challenge, I must say. A challenge for me to be able to be the general contractor on this project, to be able to coordinate everyone, to be able to have patience, which I lack greatly. And to be able to forward think the whole project so I catch anything that someone else doesn't catch, which that doesn't always happen. We've had to redo a couple things and so it's all worked out, but it's been very challenging. I am not the GC kind of girl. I love doing old home restoration, but when I took on this job, I had a carpenter that was going to help me who got ill. So I ended up being the coordinator of this entire project. And if you have not been watching the entire project from the beginning, it has really been extensive. You know, initially I was going to put in a new septic, but then we reused the old one and we had tests done to certify that. And I was going to keep the mobile home, decided to take it away. We had to dig the holes for the water and the gas and put in new electric from the well. And it's just been crazy. It's been challenging and it's pushed me to my limits. I'm grateful that it's almost over and it's coming to a close in the next 2 weeks. And then we'll go on to our next project, which is I have an RV being delivered on November 7th on land I bought in Portugal. So that's the next thing, because we're going to be going to Portugal and Italy, because I bought a little bolt hole in Italy. So I want to get this done. I want to be able to move in and get everything buttoned up and probably winterize this place before I leave for a month or two. And let me tell you, it's pushed me to the limits. Everything happened at once, and I've got my historic renovation for sale. So I'm hoping that sells. And so we're moving and shaking, and I'm procrastinating because I need to get back to the plastic, don't I? And I need to figure out my next move with this plastic. It's also takes a little forward thinking, and you know, when you're dealing with 10-foot by 24-foot long sheets of plastic, I wasn't thinking I'd have to be under it like a tomb. So it's working out okay. I think it'll be fine, and just hope for the best with my certificate of occupancy and my air test. And if you have been following me for a while, you know I must be crazy to do this, but I absolutely love it. And if you have not subscribed, it's free. It's encouraging to me to have people there with me, because you know I'm pretty much on my own unless I hire people. And like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please make a comment and try and be gentle, because this is not my forte. I do old home restoration. How I got started in this business, I don't know. And I know there's a lot of you out there who probably do this for a living, like every day. And there's probably 100 different ways of doing what it is we do. And so be gentle. I'm doing it in a rational manner. I consult with people. I try and do what I can because I want to be part of this project too. And it saves me a lot of money. Been doing this over 30 years, kind of working these kind of jobs. And yeah, just be gentle, because I go to YouTube, I go to Google, I consult with people, I ask 100 questions, but you know, there's still mistakes, and there's still always some suggestion on how we could have done it different or better. But it gets done, and it's getting done to code. It's getting done to the state of New York, which is very trying. And I love everybody that's been helping me. It's been a challenge, and I appreciate their patience, because I lose mine at times because it's really been tough. Thanks for being here. Click the notification bell, subscribe and like, and join me. And we're going to get back to putting plastic on the rest of this place. Thanks for being here.
We can pack our bags and we just go, go, go. He said, let's go catch a flight. We bout to stay up all night. Red eye goodbye, hold my hand tight. He take me straight to the sky. Baby, take me out to Tokyo. Let me catch a flight to San Diego, Paris, Madrid, or Tobago. Anywhere you wanna be, where we gonna go? Take me on a ride, tell my girls bye bye. Just touch down, show me around, then kiss me goodnight. We can
Brad's here. Brad from the town of
Corning.
Corning, not the village of Waverly. That's what I said last time you were here. He's explaining about the vapor barrier because that's what I'm doing today.
So the vapor barrier is something that you want to have either in your house or outside your house. You want it on the inside of the walls or on the outside of the walls, and it's to allow the house to breathe in a certain direction. You never want it on the inside and the outside of your walls, of your outside walls, because that will create what's called a vapor sandwich, and that'll allow moisture to condense inside. Trapped moisture inside the wall will condense and cause mold and problems. So you want it to be able to breathe out in one direction or the other. And then it also helps you with what's called your blower door test. A blower door test is a test to measure efficiency of a home in air leakage. And so the state law says you're allowed up to 3 air changes per minute. So a smaller home like this, it doesn't take hardly anything to change the air over. So they have a harder time to pass than a great big home, 3,500 square foot home that has a huge volume of air, and it takes a lot more to exchange all of that air. So that's why a larger home, it seems to be easier to pass than a significantly smaller home like this.
So we're pretty good here, huh?
I think you're looking fantastic. You're almost done.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
No, I'm only stopping for you. Should I tape every seam and every staple?
I would. Not staples. I wouldn't worry about staples, but every seam.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brad. Brad is actually here to look at my insulation today, so. Good morning. We are back. Oh, I can't film this. It's too tedious. So I've got the peak and everything's taped and the ceiling and everything's taped. And what I'm going to do is as soon as I finish putting the plastic on that bathroom, I'm going to bring the flooring in because I guess it has to acclimate to the climate. And after I do that and it's sitting there, then I'm going to go ahead and put Kills Primer on all of my areas that I put in mortar to seal it, and any other weird place. Everything else is just fine. Got the plastic just about finished. I just have that back wall. I'll do that after I get the flooring in. I have to just do this wall and put it on the floor and seal it to the 2x4s so I can bring my flooring in and sticker it and let it acclimate until tomorrow. Well, we made a lot of progress today. We got all of the plastic finished, all of the taping finished, taping of the plastic. I just put Kills on my mortar on the floor and the cracks just to seal it. And so I was going to start the floor today, but I brought in 3/4 of the floor and stacked it up because I found out yesterday that it has to acclimate to the heat because it's in the cold mobile home. Well, nobody told me this, so I found that out myself. So I have one more wall to put vapor barrier on, and I'll do that tomorrow, and then I'll start the floor. I just wanted to get this done. It's been on my brain. Yeah, and it kind of held me up a day. I would have been able to start putting the floor down today, but I'm just going to go and do some errands and just take a breath. Tomorrow I'll come here and I'll finish the wall. I'll start the floor. My bathroom, I guess, won't get done for the air guy, the air blow test guy, but that's okay. I got time. Couple weeks still. Adios.